High-grade Universal Century Byarlant Custom. Hey, what's up again, everybody? Robert184, 2Rs2Bs, GundamReviews.net, and the Byarlant Custom definitely had a lot of people talking before its appearance in Gundam UC, the OVA. You've already seen the introduction, and now it's time to take a look at what these empty plates are going to give you in terms of completed parts. More color than you'd expect here in the plates, but when he's put together, you are going to be getting some unique parts here, at least in terms of the way you build it. As you can see that the shoulders and the arms are definitely going to be oversized with a very unique looking chest and head section there. And of course, how can he fly in the sky? Yes, similar to G Gundam. He's going to have all sorts of tanks there and propellants there to keep him up there. And he's also going to be coming with 2 beam sabers and no guns except the ones attached onto the arms. The feet are one of the noticeable changes from the old school Byarlant before they became customized here, and you're going to have some pretty good mobility in some places, although not so much in others. First of all, a cool looking hip joint here, and this is going to move around up and down, and some side skirt armor here that's just going to be able to move around about this much, but not really much more than that. In terms of the knee bend, you can see that it's going to give you 90 there, and then you're going to get about a 135 in total, with the kneecap doing a decent job of just exposing a little bit of gray top and bottom there. Lining opportunities here, these black parts here are actually done up in seals, and I really think that the 2 blue colors here, the light and the dark blue, go well together. But it's on the back where you're going to have some cool parts and a few disappointing parts. First of all, you're going to have this thruster here on the back, and you'd think on a newer kit that this would be able to move, but it's not. It's going to be locked into place. And you'll notice inside that it's red, but that red is going to be provided by 3 different seals. You may notice that I've got a little bit of separation in there because they are not going to sit in there flush. However, because it's going to be hidden by the front of the legs, it's not worth stressing out over. But if you wanted to tape that off, that's just one of many places where it actually would have benefited from actually having a red piece, considering they give you a large red plate. However, the back, the green parts are going to look good and all sorts of inner workings available. You can see this part down here on a double ball joint, and you're going to have the ankle move this far forward with the toes moving separately there, which is going to look good for aerial attacking poses. And the back parts here are going to look claw-like, and they are going to move independently, so pretty impressive looking feet. Hopefully, they're not going to have any problems with him collapsing backwards with these. The waist section does what it should be doing here, and it's doing it in plastic instead of with seals for the majority. First of all, on the back, you're going to have that navy blue, and you can see that if you can fit a red piece inside here, that it would have been nice that they could do it there on the back of the legs and on so many other places there. But this black part here is actually going to be a seal over a part, so if you want to just go over it with a Q-tip, you can sort of get that little liney effect if you want. You can see where the hips are going to attach in. You've got some green piping down there, and you can also take this front part, which is going to be very good because it's got a red piece of plastic in there. Before you're going to have the dark blue and the light blue here with another black seal to cover it up. Some black lining for the piping is going to go a long way, along with these nice little parts, which are nicely lined, and so you can go in there real touch or lining marker, and really you've got quite a few colors in here in a relatively small area. With the chest being somewhat more disappointing, but not when you look at it from this way, because you're going to see all sorts of cool colors up there. The green piping is going to look good, again put some lining in and will really bring it to life. The yellow parts down here are definitely going to stand out, especially with the yellow that you'll see on the head in a moment here. You're going to have this part is going to move around, but not so much off to the side, and the shoulders here are going to be able to move up and down a little bit, along with back and forth ever so slightly. Here you can see the backpack attachment point and some more piping. Every once in a while I'm lazy and just don't do the ones in the back. But when you take a look at the front, you're going to have the light blue down below, and then you're going to have these red parts here that should have a gray sticker. I didn't put them on here, but if you want to, you would hide that so you wouldn't actually see the red from the front. But I think it's actually not a bad thing to see a little bit. But then you're going to have the most unique part, which is these parts here, which are going to move up and down nice and well, although they get in the way of the arm, you'd think definitely there. But it's on the inside where you're going to have these nice blue parts, and then you're going to have different stickers here on the inside. And you can see that even with a lot of effort, they're not going to go in all that well. You've got to put this part in down here, and you've got to bend it. So even with a Q-tip, or if you go in there with a toothpick or something like that, or you try to take a harder surface to get it really flush into the corners, well, you may just end up ripping up the sticker. Over here, they fixed that problem by having this one attached on separately from the other ones. But overall, everything in here just looks very stickery. It's not going to fit in the same way top and bottom, and again, that should have been done in this kind of red plastic. But it's the arms that are the true draw for this kit here. And first of all, you can see that they're going to have a very unique set of shoulders there. That's just going to attach onto the arm, and it's going to sit on top of that bending part down there, which is going to look really good, the navy blue down there together to go along with the red. A pro here would definitely paint up red here for the inside of the thrusters. You can't really expect seals or anything for that. I went in here with a little bit of a white line kind of thing, using some ink there. And you can see for this part down at the end, the shoulder is going to be able to move around. And you've got this part down here, which is going to be on a ball cap, poly cap there. And this is going to move around and give you some good mobility, some good lining opportunities all over the place, all light blue. But then you're going to go to the inside and you're going to be impressed by what you see on this side, because you've got a nice red piece of plastic inside the blue. And then you're going to go to the other side and not so much. First of all, you're going to have these parts here, which actually look pretty good in terms of thrusters. But then they're just going to be giving you seals that you've got to put in on the side here and at the bottom and over on the other side. And it's the kind of thing where, again, it just screams. You've got nice red there on the inside. It's going to look fantastic no matter what angle you look at it from. And then it's just going to be offset by this part over here. Nowhere near as good. The shoulder is going to rotate around there. Some lining opportunities. You can bend that up 90. And then for the elbow itself, you can see that you're going to get a little bit over 90 there. And it's not going to go back. But here's the cool part, because you're going to have these two parts separate themselves here, because you're going to be able to take this. First of all, it's going to move independently, but you can also bend this in while still keeping the claw arm straight. The green piping is going to look great, both above the elbow and down below there. Looks like you've got all sorts of gray piping down there, very realistic looking mechanically, and you're going to be able to move this part of the claw and this part as well. You can almost think that he would look very good down on all fours, but nonetheless, when he's got 4 arms of devastation, it should be a lot of fun. Especially his left side with the EFF Earth Federation seal there. It's just unfortunate that you are going to have this little bit of white casing, or whatever you want to call it, the not quite clear part that's going to go on there and surround it. How does he stay in the sky? Well, these thruster packs and fuel tanks are definitely going to help here. You can see that you've got the polycap that's going to just attach onto the very simple backpack that he's going to have. Some nice light blue up there, lining opportunities again, and down below. This part's going to rotate around, although that's not really all that exciting. But it is nice that they intersperse a little bit of gray there to go along with the navy blue. And you've got the thrusters in the back that you can open up if you want to make him fly more dynamically. To go along with these parts here, which are going to have a gray polycap on this side, an attachment point on this side, and a nice red piece on the inside. This one not provided by stickers. To help this guy get aerial with an action base 1, you're going to have this attachment point here, so you can use this to attach on and then plug this in and actually get him up aerial without using a regular action base 2. And though the red seals all over the body disappointed, the head certainly does not, starting with the fact that it's just got so much yellow on there. The black lighting is really going to help it, and remember that he's going to have yellow directly below this, which is going to be a very, very nice complement there. You've got the yellow V-fins here. If you wanted to square these out and unchild-proof them, you could go ahead and do that. But you've got lots of lining opportunities. May have gone a little bit thick here, but I am pretty happy with the clear green eyes though. They don't give you the options of having seals for that, or for the eyes themselves, so it's going to be clear green. Very non-Titan-Z, and I think that's a good thing here. Really sets them apart, and you just get that little bit of right sparkle in the when you've got them in the right light. And overall, I think that the head, especially that yellow and the clear green, definitely a big plus on top. Definitely some winners and losers here in terms of the parts, but overall it was a lot of fun to put together here. Great looking parts when you put them all together. It's really only that disappointment of the ugly red seals that should have been done in plastic that I've already gone on at length about, but everything else, good mobility. Hopefully though, it's going to be stable when you put it together into an MS, whether it's on the ground or in the atmosphere. Anyway, everybody, as always, let me know what you think of the parts and the MS, which you're about to see, and thanks for watching. Everybody, see ya. The GEMS boosters there just got boosted, space shuttle style.